Supporting your beliefs means using specific details, either details from your own life or details from the story. Remember, there are no wrong beliefs. Our goal is to share what we believe and why, not to convince other people to change their minds. Yes? Yeah, that's why I'm recording it too. Who knows? I heard, that weird noise was coming from downstairs. So I'm assuming he might be checking that out. That's okay. I just let him know that you guys have good discussions, and if he shows up, he shows up. If not, then not.
Are you recording right now?
Yes.
Hi, camera. I didn't say
Oh, you guys were so good. Don't let it ruin things.
it's okay.
Okay, so remember, I would love to hear from each of you, but if you don't find a spot where it's natural for you to join the conversation, I still expect you to stand quietly and be an active listener to participate. So we're looking at how you act at a crisis shows who you really are. You want to start us off, Taylor?
Yes, I do. I won't fall down this time.
All right.
I agree because if your house is on fire and you're trying to escape, it shows how you are, who you really are if you go back and check on bring your pets or try to help others, or if you just bring all your stuff.
Okay.
It shows if you really are self-centered, or if you really do want to help people.
Anybody want to help her out? You agree? You want to add to what she said? Anybody want to from the disagree side? All right, Amanda.
Well, I don't think it shows who you are because it's if you were scared or something like that, it's not if you freak out or something like that, it's not exactly who you are. It's you're who you. I think is personally, I think that who you are is when you're at your happiest moment or you're just having fun, or that's what I think that is.
Okay. Anybody from your group want to add support to what Amanda said? Thank you, Ashley.
People panic in crisis situations, so that kind of changes the way that they act. So I don't think it's not
Okay. Isaiah, you have something you want to add?
No, I agree with you. I was going to say
What do you agree with what she said?
that people panic in crisis stuff.
Can you think of a specific example from real life? Any of you guys on this side ever experienced a crisis? Yeah? You don't want to share? That's all right. Ashley?
My parents, they got broken into, and so they were panicking because they felt all their money was gone, and they started being really weird and not happy.
So do you think your parents showed their true colors when this crisis happened, or it was an abnormal...
It was abnormal. I've never seen that.
Oh, okay. Jacob, what do you want to add?
Someone tried to rob our house one night, and then we kind of panicked, and we had to put my dad out there. So that wasn't our fault.
Okay.
I actually changed my mind. I was thinking of a different one. Anyways, my brother, when he was in 8th grade, him and his friends were screwing around, and they decided to jump off each other's backs and try dunking the ball at the high school. And my brother hit his head. He fell and he hit his head on the ground, and he was knocked out for a long time. And my parents weren't acting like they were my mom was terrified, which is not usually her, and my dad was all my dad didn't show. They were all being weird and sad. So.
Okay, and so those personal experiences brought you guys to your beliefs on this side. How about back to Taylor? What do you want to say?
Well, even though it's a crisis, you still get to choose what you want to do. It's just even more could be more hurtful or could be more important.
Okay.
So,
Gabe? Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Gabe?
I think there's certain, in situations, there's things that you can do. If your house is on fire, and your window's open, would you jump out your window, or would you save your brother across the way? It just shows, if you jump out the window, it's thinking fast, thinking it through. If you can think this through, then, would you rather save yourself or save your brother?
Okay. I saw a hand over here. Misty and then Haley.
With my mom having
sarcoidosis. It shows her true colors and stuff because it shows a totally it shows like how she deals with life and stuff. Because sarcoidosis is a inflammatory disease and only 5 people in the U.S. have it. And it she really hasn't changed and stuff. And there's nothing the doctors can do except steroids, and there isn't a cure for it. And so it shows her true colors to me because I've seen my mom through a lot of stress and stuff, and she stays who she is. And her the cards to me, they show me who my mom is because she thinks about others before herself.
That's wow. Thank you for sharing that. That says a lot about your mom.
It's not
Haley?
so much real life, but the stories.
Okay.
The Van Dans freak out that they're gonna get caught and they have to go buy themselves out of getting thrown in jail or killed or whatever.
Oh, okay. So she's connecting it to the story, the Van Dans. Okay, so the Van Dans freak out, and that is who they really are, you think, or?
And when yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Well, and he's freaking out about all this stuff, and he's getting mad at his son for no reason because he's going to try to help someone.
What stuff?
Mr. Van Dan's freaking out about his son going down to try to help Mr. Frank if he's getting caught or something.
Okay.
But he's getting mad and throwing him into the ground.
Okay. Taylor?
And when Anne spilled milk on Mrs. Van Dan's coat, first when she was asking her questions, she's like, oh, it's fine, it's okay, I'll answer your questions, and she gave her, honest answers. But then when she spilled milk and ruins an item, it really makes her mad, and she yells at her.
So what does that reveal about that character?
That she only cares about things.
Okay.
She really likes her things.
Okay, so that crisis, let that be known. Alex?
And being in a crisis, your decisions carry so much more weight. So it'd be more important that it would show who you really are because that's what you're doing during a crisis. So it's more important than if you just do a normal thing every day or whatever.
Okay. So, Ricky, I see your hand kind of, sort of.
No,
I would like to hear what you have to think about this topic anyway. What?
Okay, so let's say your house you're in is on fire and you're in your living room and you have to leave, but instead you sit down on the floor. Does that not kind of show that you're not very smart?
And you have terrible survival instincts. Okay, Gabe?
I think there's 2 main people you turn into. You either turn into a leader or you turn into a coward.
Oh, good. I like those terms. Leader and coward. So who would be the leaders? Who would be the cowards with Anne Frank?
And Mr. Frank is a leader.
How do you know?
Because he takes control. He went downstairs first to see what's going on. I think he's a leader. He started all this. He found out where they could hide the NX,
Okay.
He took everything and planned it months before they even did it,
Okay, good. Anybody want to add to that? I see over here. Back to Amanda.
Another reason is when, in the story, Anne's really talkative when she's all happy and stuff, and that shows actually who she really is, but then when she gets into a crisis, she doesn't act normal, she fainted, and she wasn't just acting normal, and then, Mr. Van Dant is kind of always mean to Peter, so technically, he's just acting the same, and Mr. Van Dant's, just, always, mean and stuff, and rude to himself. Yeah, he only cares about himself, so that technically shows that he's like that anyways.
Okay, so it wasn't the crisis
Standing
that
up for
brought
your
this.
beliefs, you're sitting on the counter. That's all I wanted to say.
There you go.
Would you like to repeat that?
Oh.
What are we doing?
Standing up for our beliefs, not sitting on the counter.
Okay. Mackenzie, you had, I saw you talking, but I didn't hear what you had to say. Please.
I said that he, actually I forgot, but no. Yeah, I said he only cares about himself and not anyone else.
How do you know that? What's an example from what we saw?
He doesn't want the cat because it eats the food and he's the one who eats on the food.
So he's blaming it on the cat?
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Ashley?
He's actually the one who's eating all the food, so he kind of blaming it on himself.
Okay. let's think about when Mr. Kraler brought Mr. Dussel to the annex. Okay. Is that what you were going to say, Bailey?
Yeah.
Like when Mr. Dussel comes in, Mr. Van Dam was like, there's like hardly enough food for us, and like why would we take someone else in when there's like we only want food for ourselves.
Okay. You want to add to that?
Yeah, well, it's like being conceited and rude and stuff, and telling him to go away, and it's like not fair because like a lot of things are going on outside of that little place.
Such as?
Like how there's like everybody getting rounded up and leaving and stuff, and he's being selfish and about himself and not helping anybody like helping like some of his friends and stuff. He's just like taking everything away from like Anne and like Emily and stuff, and Sister Van Dam's like eating all the food and stuff, so they're gonna like run out and all the houses. And he is the only thing he's like blaming himself, like he's blaming other people. Yeah, I'm blaming other people for like eating the food and stuff, and how they don't have any like people eating it, so technically he's like making them like have less food and stuff.
Okay. Anybody want to respond to this side or clarify or ask a
Charity, she
question?
said something.
Yeah, Charity.
Well, technically, Mr. Dussel joining them is sort of a crisis for them because they don't have a lot of food. But it's kind of showing who he truly is because, he's conceited and only wants food for himself. So technically, by them saying that, it's showing that he's actually conceited and selfish and doesn't want to share.
So are you agreeing with what Amanda just said? Or disagreeing?
Well, she was saying that it doesn't because it's not himself. What it
Well,
is.
it's
So
showing,
he
it's
is.
like he's in a crisis. They're in like a sort of crisis right now. So it's showing who he really is. So this is like.
Okay. I see hands over in the corner, but Marta and Caleb, you guys have a conversation going on that I'm going to come back to because I want to know what you're talking about. All right. We'll go with Haley first and then Misty.
To add on to what Charity said, it was kind of like a crisis situation, and yet again, Mr. Frank took charge and was like, okay, he can come, we have room, we can help someone else too. And Mr. Van Dam is like, no, we can't, we don't have enough room, we don't have enough food. He was like being conceited, and it shows who he really is and who Mr. Frank really is.
Okay. Misty?
Well, okay, like if you were like not to think about the book and just think about like any crises are just situations. So you are yourself throughout the day, through no matter what. Crisis is just a situation, and it just shows who you are. Like if your house got on fire, it shows it's yourself during a situation. You're always yourself during everything.
So back to the story. All those characters are revealing who they really are
Who they really are through everything.
through all their actions.
Yeah, you're yourself. Like no one else is yourself. You're yourself throughout every second of the day. You're yourself. It's just yourself during different situations.
Okay. Taylor, remember blurting out is not helpful either. All right, so Caleb and Marta, what would you guys like to add before I see your hand? I'll get to you in a minute. Before we switch to number 13. Last thoughts on crisis and characters and beliefs.
Well, like, if you're in like a crisis, and since your decisions hold more weight than your everyday decisions, you like think about them more. And I don't know how to put it, but I do believe in that.
Okay.
It's just hard to do.
Marta?
Just said what we're talking about.
Which was what? Why don't you put it in your own words? What have you been hearing?
Well, I agree about why we're like here, group, and the only thing I disagree that I heard on the story is that when you're in a crisis and how you are shows who you really are. Like I believe in that, but in other words, like if your house is on fire, I think I would book it instead of getting my cat and getting out. And so like I don't know, like I'm so
Okay, so you just revealed something about your character. You're not a cat lover.
no, I hate cats.
All right. So I saw a hand over here. Thank you for your patience. Ashley, do you still have something to add?